You're watching the new CTV. And this is Focus with your host, Paul Dingaman.
Welcome to another edition of the Focus program. My name is Paul Dingaman. I host these programs which appear in Marine City and St. Clair each Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Now throughout northern Macomb and all of St. Clair County on Channel 12 on Thursdays and Fridays. We welcome you. Got a very full show for you. Lots of things happening as the September rolls in and the fall begins. We're going to begin with a representative, a whistle meister from the Whistles on the Water event, which is going to take place in downtown St. Clair on the weekend of the September 29th on that Saturday. Also, we'll hear about their Chalk the Walk promotion. Then a representative from St. Mary's, St. Clair to talk about their fall festival. Jeremy Steeman's along to talk about the Blue Water Film Festival. Kathy Martin is from Port Huron, will be along to talk about making strides against breast cancer. And finally, we check in with the people from the newly refurbished St. Paul's Thrift Shop here in St. Clair. So full show. Let's begin with that aforementioned Whistle Meister. Welcome back.
Yes. Good to be here.
Mr. Dave Michelson, you were here a year ago, and we had a little fun to talk about a really unique event for St. Clair and probably for the state of Michigan.
It's one of the unique events in the United States, if not the world. We have an amazing portable boiler setup that generates up to 180 pounds pressure steam of literally an unlimited volume. And we have individuals from around the country bring their large steamship, factory, railroad, traction engine, all sorts of whistles, fire alarm whistles, and we hook them up on a large manifold that we have, and we do various signals, as you would have heard in the years past.
A young man by the name of Al Johnson is responsible for that big boiler. I think if the guys in the back, if Evan can pull up that one slide there of the picture of the boiler, we'll throw that up and you can talk about it.
Yeah, that is true. It is the brainchild of Mr. Al Johnson. The boiler is a Johnston Brothers fire tube boiler. It's capable of producing more than enough steam than we could ever use. In the course of a day, this day's event, we will probably use upwards of 300 gallons of fuel oil and about 500 gallons of water.
There's one of the shots there. That's the
yes.
The edge
here we go. And in addition to that, we have another manifold right down on the boardwalk.
Okay, hold that picture there if you can, guys.
Yeah.
That gives us a shot of the whole boiler, doesn't it?
Yes, that's the entire boiler setup. The boiler is the large cylinder lying horizontal. To the right of that is the expansion tank to which we are able to create that unlimited supply of steam. Then this is the entire crew necessary on the day of the blow to actually make this work. I actually do the blowing of the whistles. I'm the final inspector to make sure that everything's connected. And then I make sure, that everything's working properly, and I blow the whistles. But behind the scenes, that day, there is a small army of people working.
Let's see the next slide there, fellas. Okay, that's you, isn't it?
That's yours truly, yes. And I am blowing a massive whistle that's called a Union water meter gong. And this particular whistle comes all the way from the state of New York. Individual over there is the proud owner, and it's one of the whistles that's been well known for draining boilers of steam. And he is so impressed with what we are capable of doing that he'll be back with it again this year. And
Will
Yep.
that make a sound like we're familiar with along the St. Clair River?
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. It actually, this blows, there's 3 different whistles all mounted in a single column, and it's a 3-note chime.
Okay.
And that 3-note chime, okay, now we're moving along here. The whistle to the left is from a very famous passenger ship of years gone by. That's the main whistle from the steamer Hamonic. The Hamonic, some people may remember, ended its days in a blaze of glory in a fire up at Point Edward, Ontario.
Oh, really?
In 1945.
Ann Lockwood would remember.
Probably. The horn to the right is a Leslie Typhon 425. The 425 refers to the diameter of the diaphragm, 425 millimeters. It's a very deep sound. Again, something that's been heard quite often on the river here because there were a lot of freighters over the years. There will be another one coming this year, which is from another ship, I should say. This one's from the steamer Toronto.
Okay.
Our group has been graciously given another one of these horns by the Interlake Steamship Company that came off the steamer Charles M. Beagley.
Mm-hmm. Remember that?
And Al has restored it and got it all ready to go. We tested it last night, and we have a Typhon 300 and a Typhon 400. And this thing you can hear for miles.
Okay, what's the next one here we got, guys? And okay, that's just
Now,
the whole manifold.
There's
right?
the whole manifold. You've got all different shapes, sizes, types of whistles here. There's chimes, there's single note planes. There's a very, very tall single note Great Lakes steamship whistle. There's literally everything that you could imagine. And each one of these has its own unique sound. And it's an amazing thing to see and hear. We've heard that some of these whistles can be heard as far away as Marysville when we're blowing them.
I think that might be, is there any more pictures, guys? Oh, there's one. That's the first one we started with.
Okay, yep.
So all of this is going to take place on a Saturday, rain or shine.
Rain or shine.
Because it doesn't affect the whistles.
Doesn't affect the whistles
in
at all.
downtown St. Clair, in a beautiful area for it.
Yep.
Sort of right off the road.
Perfect area. The passing ships salute to us. We salute back. They salute back. We have a little conversation with their whistles and our whistles. Again, the park setting, I personally recommend that you bring a chair and you get back a few hundred yards, because to me the best sound of these whistles is to be a short distance away. There's bleachers available if you want to sit up close. I strongly recommend, if you do, either bring some ear protection. Earplugs will be provided free of charge to anyone visiting. We'll be handing them out.
What have we got down below here?
Well, I just brought 3 here.
Let's start with this one down here.
This is a Lunkenheimer chime whistle.
Okay.
And I'll bring this one over here because this is another Lunkenheimer whistle. This is a single note. And the principle of a steam whistle is the steam comes through a very small slit, strikes this inner edge, and creates a wave.
Okay.
That wave is the wavelength of the sound.
Oh, okay.
These are very high-pitched, shrill whistles.
Okay.
Okay, some of the ones that you've seen in the pictures, the ones that are 4 or 5 feet tall, are very deep, far-reaching. These are shrill, but you won't hear
the Boblo boat.
Like the Boblo boat will be visiting us. We will have the whistle from the Columbia.
Beautiful.
Okay. This particular one also is a Lunkenheimer, but it's a chime. And what they have done is they have shortened the chambers, the length of these chambers, so that you have 3 different notes all built into one whistle. So when this blows a 3-note chord.
Wow.
And it's a perfect chord. The idea behind this is the human ear also it hears harmonies better than a single note. And for recognition, quite often a chime whistle is a better whistle to have because it's, again, a more unique sound.
Okay.
And I just brought this one because it happens to be very old. This was manufactured by the Penberthy Company of Detroit back in the 1800s. This one does not have a valve.
Right.
It needs to have a valve with it. But back in the day, you can see that whistles, in addition to their sound functionality, also were almost like works of art. We have this very fancy finial nut, a lot of fine turnings around the base.
Good metal.
Good
sound.
The metal was cast. They were literally a musical instrument.
Well, it's, as you said at the top of the show, it's absolutely totally unique. You're not going to find anything like it anywhere. And you were right, anywhere in the world.
You have to drive, to go to another event, which is nothing like our event, you have to drive about 300 miles.
Okay.
That's the next closest one. And we are blessed to be able to have the city of St. Clair allow us to do this, and the residents of the city of St. Clair, for that matter, because it's a lot of noise during that day. Everyone in the city of St. Clair will hear it.
Well, and how many, it's the third year for it, isn't it?
Fourth year.
Fourth year already.
This is our fourth year already. We will have approximately 75 to perhaps 100 whistles. We don't know exactly how many yet, because not every exhibitor has responded with how many they're going to bring.
Well, it's exciting, and it's growing every year.
Every year it's growing.
It's the
Absolutely.
kind of thing you can come for an hour or two and then go away and come back for another hour or two, and you hear, you meet some really interesting people.
And not only that, you can do other things in the city of St. Clair. You can go in the mall or whatever. You're still going to hear them.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
You're still going to hear them no matter what. Yep, they'll be there. And for this one day out of the year, it's a lot of sounds of the past.
Obviously, it's a labor for love for you. You're with also the Lake Huron Lore Society.
Yep.
What is that?
Well, that is a society dedicated to the preservation of maritime history, the shipping history, especially as it relates to Lake Huron and the Blue Water area. And we have been in existence for nearly 50 years. We began back in 1963. We put out an excellent newsletter 6 times a year. We have some very interesting dinner meetings. We host a flea market in the Riverview Plaza in June. And it's a very busy organization, a lot of enthusiastic members. And for anyone who has any interest in Great Lakes history, I would suggest going to www.lakehuronlore, all one word, .com.
Okay.
And checking us out.
Okay. And also, you can go to St. Clair on the River. Would that
St.
be
Clair on the River.
Would be the right one?
Yes.
To get more information on
September
the 29th, the Whistles on the Water.
Yes, and certainly if there's any viewers out there who have a whistle and have never blown it and would like to hear it, we have the means to do it. So, whistle, bring it down.
Al Johnson is to be thanked again, Dan Lockwood, and the rest of
Lockwood.
you people on the committee. You do a great job.
Thank you so much.
Good seeing you again. And
Thank
we'll
you.
see
My
you
pleasure.
obviously on that day.
Great.
And our tip of our hat once again to Garth McNabb, who
Yes, he was one of the men behind the idea for this event, and sadly a year ago he was killed in an accident in the process of restoring a whistle.
Restoring a whistle. Sad.
And
Great guy.
we'll have a special recognition to him again
Good.
this year.
Very good. So that's the date. It's September the 29th, all day long in downtown St. Clair. If you can't find it, just roll your window down. You'll hear it. And we'll be back with Jeremy Steeman from Blue Water Film Festival in just a second.
You're watching the new CTV. And this is Focus with your host, Paul Dingaman.
We're back with a friend by the name of Jeremy Steeman, the executive director of the Blue Water Film Festival.
4 year.
4?
Yes.
4, okay.
4.
How are things coming?
Excellent. We have a lot of things that are on tap this year, and we're really excited to get moving with it.
I read in one of the press releases you got over 27 independent film producers coming
Yes.
on October the 5th.
Yep. And we're thrilled. We had a record-breaking year this year in submissions, and we have 27 independent films that'll be shown on the day of the film festival, and that's going to be October 5th.
Tell me about the 27. Are there comedies, dramas, documentaries?
A little bit of each for everyone. It ranges all the way from something that could be considered for family viewing, all the way up to comedy and something that may not be suitable for children, and thrillers, horror, all over the place. It's quite a grab bag this
Do
year.
you have some repeat producers?
Yes, we do. Actually, we have about 4 people that have made it into the festival before and returned this year. And then outside of that, then a lot of people, we have a filmmaker from Toronto that will be coming in for this year's film festival. So we're really excited about that.
When do the festivities start?
Well, the actual film festival is going to be running from the 5th and 6th. Now, we have added another day that is about, it's going to be on the 4th, which is October 4th, and it'll be happening at the school, at the St. Clair Community College.
Mm-hmm. I've heard of that.
Yes, it's the
They have
local
a
school.
new grass thing there in the middle.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Actually, at the Fine Arts Building, we've worked out a deal with the St. Clair Community College, and we're going to be showing the latest film from Steve Bannatyne, who was an Oscar-nominated filmmaker from Port Huron. And his film called Informant is about this gentleman that stirred up the a left-leaning group and said, okay, we're going to go ahead and crash the GOP convention this year.
In 68.
And actually, just recently, back in Chicago when it was in 2004.
Okay.
And he got all these people all stirred up and then said, well, we're going to start off with just sit in. And then they said, well, we're going to start screaming at them. And then we'll start throwing rocks at them. And then we'll go out and buy Molotov cocktails and start throwing them at them. And all these people got stirred up into a frenzy and went ahead and buying into his mantra. Well, then he turned around and told the FBI what all these people were planning on doing. So
he could make a movie.
Well, basically, yeah. I mean, the guy's a little bit of a maniacal person that's into the myth of himself. And it's real interesting to see how he views this documentary being made about him, while it still kind of portrays him in a dark light.
That's October the 4th.
Yeah, he's really into the whole process of him.
So that's one of the celebrities you get coming. Another one is a biggie, Lonnie Love from everywhere, from Chelsea's Lately, from True TV, from VH1. She's fun. I see her on the Today Show. And
yeah,
how did you land her?
Well, we sent her flowers. Actually, we talked with her, and she was really excited to come in. So we're real thrilled to be bringing her in. And tickets are real reasonable at $10 a piece. We always try to market everything and price everything so then people can afford to come in and be able to see all these different events take place. And we're trying to gear it for people of all economical brackets, and that I think we're just being successful at that.
4th year. Everybody in the state of Michigan is aware of Michael Moore's successes in Traverse City with the Traverse City Film Festival, and that now has grown and grown and grown, and I think there was 20, 30, 40,000 people there this festival. You draw a lot of people to the community, which helps the community.
And that's one of the things that we've always been striving for, is to bring in outside folks into our community or communities, so then they can actually view our wonderful blue water. They can see what all kind of things that we have to offer, and then they can go back and tell their friends, or maybe even come back and shoot the movies here. And then those movies go out throughout the world and then people go, wow, where's that being shot at?
Where's that bridge from? Where's
Yeah,
that Blue Water Bridge?
That's beautiful. We got to do a shoot there and then bring somebody else in.
You had sent me this picture of a young man who I remember seeing in the television show called Moonlighting, and I did not realize that he was from Dearborn, Michigan. Give me the name.
Well, his name is Curtis Armstrong.
Okay.
And he actually, his folks still live in Berkeley, and we reached out to him, and he'll be coming in. We're real thrilled about it. And if you don't recognize him from Moonlighting, you'll definitely recognize him as Revenge of the Nerds, or Better Off Dead, and One Crazy Summer, and Ray, the movie about Ray Charles.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
he's been.
You're going to give him an award. Tell me about the award.
Well, actually, we're not going to be giving him the award. We're going to be hosting the process.
Okay.
Nerds on Site is going to be giving him an award for honorary nerd, and they're really thrilled about it.
First annual award.
Yeah, the first time that they've ever presented one, because they as a community, I guess nerds around, view this as a wonderful movie, and they think that Curtis is a fine recipient of the first annual. So
you've got quite a lineup of,
we're real
celebrities, a whole lineup of movies. Where do I get tickets? How do I get involved? And they can go to your website, which is bluewaterfilmfestival.com.
That is correct. You can buy them right online, and then you don't have to incur the service fees that Ticketmaster always seems to imply on everybody.
Okay.
And we'll just hold them for you until you arrive. And actually, you get them at a discounted rate if you buy them in advance, because, like, for instance, Lonnie Love is only $10, but if you buy it at the door, it's going to be a few dollars more.
Okay.
And then the same way with the film festival, and they're $16 in advance and $20 at the door.
October 4th, 5th, and 6th. It's in downtown.
Yep, downtown Port Huron.
You're using the St. Clair Community College Fine Arts Theater. You're using McMorran Place Theater. Other venues too?
Yes, actually we try to spread it out as much as possible. We've been trying to figure out a way to move it into either north or south of the city, and we've been trying to negotiate with several different people, and unfortunately this year even we've not been able to work out certain things just because of reservations that had been placed in advance.
That happens.
Yeah,
that happens.
It does happen. So.
Well, we wish you all sorts of luck. It's a great organization you've got going there. Keely Baraboo, who's here, who refuses to be on camera with us today. She's involved with it, and there's a good group of volunteers that are helping you.
Yeah, we're trying. As long as we're showcasing the area in a great light, that's what we're trying to achieve.
Well, good luck to you. We'll have you
thank
back and hear more about it. I'm glad you brought this guy along. I always enjoyed his performances. He's not a nerd to me. He's a pretty entertaining fellow. We will be back with Kathy Martin. Will be with us next to talk about a very important project that's coming up in October also. Be right back. We've got a special friend today from WGRT in beautiful Port Huron, Michigan, Miss Kathy Martin. Welcome to the Focus Set. Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
You and I have been on various committees together,
Yes,
but
we
we've
have.
never had a chance to have you come down and talk for a while. And you are on a committee that I'm not on at this point, at least, which is called Making Strides for Cancer.
Right, making strides against breast cancer.
Against breast cancer.
Yeah.
What is that all about?
Well, this is our 5th year here in Port Huron.
Really?
And, but it's the 20th year for Making Strides. But we've been involved and had the walk here for 5 years. And we start off at SC4.
Okay.
And we encourage walkers and teams, and they raise money, and we give that money back to the American Cancer Society and make strides that way.
Dan Lockwood, who is over in the studio here, said it's a 5K plus. You said it was a 3.5?
Yeah, no, just about 3.5 miles. We go from SC4 and walk down part of downtown and walk down to the Blue Water Bridge.
Oh,
and
that'd be
back.
pretty.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful walk.
And in October, you could have nice, crisp weather. and
We've
make it
had
beautiful.
everything.
You've had rain. You've
Yeah,
had.
we've had rain, we've had a little bit of snow, but you know what? It never matters. Everybody dresses for the weather, and we have such a wonderful time. It doesn't matter what it's like. Last year was drop dead gorgeous, and hopefully we have it this year too.
How many participants do you normally get? Round figure.
Last year we had 1,300.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we
That's
really
a big
grew.
one.
We really grew, and we're hoping for bigger and better this year, of course. We were able to raise last year just over $85,000.
That's staggering.
Our goal this year is 100,000.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so-
Now, do you organize it like other activities, like with teams, and teams are competing against each other and that kind
Yeah, they do. We do
little bit?
a little bit of that, and that gets a little bit of competition going. And some of the health clubs do it against each other. We do have ribbons of hope. Well, it's called a wall of hope, and you buy ribbons. And those you can find at some of the bars and restaurants and hair salons, and they're competing against each other. So we've got them involved. They don't really walk, but they sell those for us, and that's a great help and has really, given the walk a boost
Okay.
financially.
Is this obviously it's a local effect or a local organization, but is there a national tie-in to
Oh,
this?
yeah, it's American Cancer
It
Society.
is part of American
Yeah.
Cancer
Yes.
Society. Okay. So most of the money stays here, though? Or some of it?
Well, it doesn't actually stay locally, but it does go specifically for breast cancer.
Okay, that's the important part.
and then,
That's what I was
And then
looking
it
for.
goes back into the communities as far as many of the hospitals have a Look Good, Feel Better program, and it goes to support that. Plus, it goes to support the research and just helping women get their mammograms and all of the reminders and everything that you need.
How do I get involved? How do I get registered?
You can go to, I need my glasses to see here, cancer.org/strides online, or there's a telephone number. I'm sure
Yep.
you'll have it up on the screen.
Go ahead.
And, okay, it is 248
248
663
663
3458.
3458. It's 248 663 3458 for information, or that email address. If you'll throw it back up one more time, guys, for me. It was cancer.org/strides online. And that is Saturday, October the 13th. October's getting to be a busy month
Yes.
already here.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so that's one of the reasons that we do the walk in October. And when to encourage people to come, just even if you didn't want to walk, if you didn't want to raise money, just come to see what we do. We celebrate survivors, take a group picture, sing a very emotional happy birthday to them. And and we, men and women both, because anyone can get breast cancer. But I read a statistic that 1 in 8 women in their lifetime, if they lived long enough, 1 in 8 will have breast cancer. That's where
a
we're at right
staggering
now.
figure.
So we're working to bring the cure about, and so that no one will have to hear those words.
And to see in Port Huron or St. Clair County, say 1,300 people plus come out, that is just wonderful.
Yeah, it is. And they dress in pink boas and pink all over, and it's really, really fun when we just celebrate life on that day.
Well, I salute you for it. It's got to be a fun committee to be on.
It is.
Sad committee sometimes, but a good committee.
Yeah, we do. We face a lot of sadness, but we're a tight group, and we're always looking for more.
Okay.
We want more help.
Now, if they want to help, how do they call you at the radio station?
They can call the radio station, or they could call, one of those numbers, and they'll get it to me.
Okay. Kathy Martin from WGRT. Glad you made it here. We'll have to have you back. We had a chance just a few days ago to go over to St. Paul's Episcopal Church, just around the corner from our studio here. They have just recently remodeled and painted and cleaned up their thrift shop. And Jackie Rands asked me to come over and take a look. Let's do that right now. Okay, we are with Jackie Rands. And Jackie, where are we and what are we doing here?
We're at the Thrift Shop of St. Clair. We're located on top of the Episcopal Church. We're a community-funded shop. We take donations of clothing of all kinds. We don't take children's clothing anymore, but if we do get them, we take them to Kids in Distress. They, in return, give us their clothing for adults, and it's working real well. We've helped a lot of different organizations in the community. St. Mary's Food Pantry, the Hunter House of Port Huron, the People's Clinic of Port Huron, Blue Water Hospice House, St. Clair High School All-Night Senior Party, St. Clair Little League, Kids in Distress, and many more.
Okay, when I walk in the door, we're upstairs above St. Paul's Episcopal Church on 6th Street in St. Clair. When I walk in the door, first thing I see is shoes. Talk to me about the shoes.
We have a real nice new display of the shoes, and the purses on the top and over on this other wall.
And then,
We have boots on the bottom.
and you have men's and women's.
We have men's. We have a men's across the hall, and maybe we can show you that. This is the kids, or the from teens on up. In here, this is skirts and tops, all kinds of blazers and jackets, all kinds of slacks, and I mean anything you'd need for anything. We have a lot of dresses.
It's bright and it's fresh up here. You've just had a little remodeling.
Yes, we did. We just had it all painted. Our carpets are all clean. We're organized. Everything in this room is clean. We do all our own laundry at our own homes. It's good to go. We have a lot of household stuff in that back room, coats. We have a ton of winter coats, beautiful winter coats. Probably the most expensive thing in this whole place would be $10. So
Oh my God.
you cannot go wrong.
Okay, when are the hours, and how do I have to be a member of the parish, in the church, in order to come here, or
Not at
what are the
all.
rules?
The rules are we're open Tuesday 6 to 8:30, Wednesday 11 to 3, Friday 11 to 3, Saturday 11 to 3. We take donations from anybody and everybody, clean donations.
How do I pay? Can you only take cash, or do you take checks, or how do you
Cash and
how does that
checks.
work?
Cash and checks.
Okay, no credit cards.
No, we don't. We're not set up for credit cards.
If I can't make the times, can I make a phone call and set up an appointment?
Yes, you can.
And what would the phone number be?
The phone number would be 810-300-8504. And if I don't answer it right away, believe me, we'll get to you. If you need help getting donations here, we'll help. We take household stuff, nothing big. You know, all
So you don't
your-
want washers or dryers. How about
No.
chairs and tables?
Nope, but we do want bedding, anything, towels, bedding, dishes, pots and pans, small appliances like your toasters, and anything that is still real good, we'd love to have.
Okay. Have we missed anything?
I don't think so.
What about your assistants and your volunteers? You can't do this all by yourself.
No, we love volunteers. In fact, most of us that work here are from out of the church. I mean, it's not a church organization anymore.
It's bigger than that.
It's bigger than that.
That's good.
Yep.
So if you want to volunteer, use that same phone number and come on up. And let's go through the hours once again when the public can come.
Okay, they are welcomed. Sometimes we're here working, so we put the open sign out. Anytime that open sign's out, please come up. But the regular hours are 6 to 8:30 on Tuesday, Wednesday 11 to 3, Friday and Saturday are both 11 to 3 also.
It's a lot of time.
It is a lot of time. Your donations are given a tax deduction receipt. We hope to see you all. We are having our grand reopening on the 18th, which is Tuesday night, and we would love to see you.
Jackie Rands, you have a labor of love here.
We do. We enjoy it.
Thank you very much, Jackie. That was a great tour. We appreciate the opportunity to show everybody in the community the St. Paul's Episcopal Thrift Shop right there on 6th Street. And it's open, and there's some wonderful bargains in there. So if you need some clothes, that's the place to start. That's about it for this edition of the Focus program. Thanks very much for tuning in. Focus appears here on Marine City and St. Clair's Cable Channel 6 each Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Now throughout northern Macomb and all of St. Clair County on Thursdays and Fridays on Channel 12. Till next time, I'm Paul Dingeman. Thanks very much for tuning in.